You're watching the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. Now here's your hosts, Tom, Nick, Ryan, and Dave. It's you, it's me, it's NRD. It's you, it's me, it's NRD. Uh-huh. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is T, it is D, it is episode 133. Welcome to episode 133 of the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. It is I, DaveCTheVoice, the future king of the nerds. One day, I'll get Tom to defend that crown. And His Royal Says Highness, Mr. Tom Sasso. Tom, welcome. How you doing, buddy?
You know, it's I'm tired. It's always good to be back. It's been a very busy week at work, and I'm drained. I won't pretend I'm exhausted. I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm physically exhausted. But you know what? I'm also really frustrated, Dave.
Why are you frustrated?
The Pro Wrestling Crate is not good anymore.
Oh, listen, folks. From here on out, pause it if you haven't watched my unboxing video or Jonathan Mayer's unboxing video, because spoilers are ahead. Listen, you know who we are, but you don't know why we're here. Listen, I would like to say this. This Scott Hall brawler, when we rank all the brawlers at the end of the year, this is going to be high on my list. I think Scott Hall was a top 5 brawler last year. He was a top 10, maybe. I don't know. Big. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like this more than the drip.
Again, I have more of the green behind the ear. I do like the toothpick that's there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Hold on, I'm about to make Ryan Crossley mad and open this bad boy.
It's a cool brawler for sure. I like the ponytail.
Also, shout out to former Patreons and guests of the show, Joe Lemonhead and Dougie for getting the chase of this bad boy.
And it's just a gray suit, but that gray looks wicked.
It's just a washed out denim, which I think might be more. I'd have to go back and watch the episode. But yeah, you get the tape on the finger. The fact that the microphone is being held in front here makes it look more 3-dimensional than it already is. Like I said, the toothpick's cool.
It is.
I love this thing.
A well done. It's a well done. Like
it's a very.
Package, it's a well done brawler. It won't be a top 10 for me.
But you know what else is great about this? Like, I see this brawler and I vividly remember this moment, which I think helps it a lot. Like, I remember watching this on TV and like, oh, okay. But yeah, this is...
His left hand is a little wonky because he's doing this. Like, he's pointing.
Yep.
But dimensionally, it doesn't look great.
He's got to have a long thumb to have that like that.
And that's not a thumb. That's his index finger. The thumb's behind.
Oh, well, no, that's what I meant. I mean, like, that's got to be a really long thumb.
I don't know. It's a you know what this is. If you're a wrestling fan, you know what this is. You know the moment.
Yep.
And that's really cool. But like, it really doesn't get any cooler than this, though. I mean, geez Louise.
I mean, listen, if you're a fan of professional billiards, folks, you're going to love this thing.
Yeah, and it's like, is it a 6? Is it a 9? Is it a 69? I don't know. I don't know. I think...
Hold on. Where's my sticker? Yeah, I lost my sticker. Did I lose it?
We talked about this a little. Like, we get it was on the back of his shirt. Like, that's the thing. But, like, this feels like a cop-out.
I'm really disappointed. I think I lost my sticker.
I'll mail you mine, Dave. I'll mail you mine.
That's quite. You know what? I'll trade you for skin condition Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
Like, great God. Like, this thing is.
If you look at it at a distance, not terrible. But when you get close, it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look.
It's just, that's
who's under there.
It is. It's a bad pin.
Yeah, it's a bad pin. I'm trying to just look at old, like, other pins of faces they've done.
They're not that bad. Booker T's is good. Dude Loves is good. Ciampa's good. Best friends with Gordon.
I'd like to state something. Eddie Kingston's face is really weird in his. The Devil MJF one is really weird.
Yeah.
The Tito Santana, he looks like a different race.
There's an old There's an old Ric Flair one that's not great.
Yes, it's the stained glass one that I have back here.
Yep. That one's
Yeah.
not great, but that's like stained glass. I don't know.
Yeah.
So like that sucks. I don't read the comics ever.
And it's friend of the shooters
but,
there.
But I'm gonna say the comics are really well drawn. Like,
yeah, I've never read one. I don't think I've opened one.
I open them to do this. I go, oh, that looks really cool, and then I put it in the box. Should we do the fiasco of terrible designs? Like, I get it. It's I guess it's like a rib on some band photo or something. That's fine.
No, this was a book. This was wait, am I the only one that's known this? Because I don't think Jonathan Mayer knew it in his either. But yes, This was a book that Mr. Mahoney made me read in 9th grade. This is this the Do It for Johnny? And like I think Matt no, not Matt Damon. Oh, what is his name? Matt Dillon.
I don't know, man.
But like, yeah, Pony Boy and whatnot, Do It for Johnny. That line, Do It for Johnny. Stay golden, Pony Boy. Boom. Okay. It's from The Outsiders. So I know things.
I didn't read growing up. I was too busy skateboarding.
Listen, I tried not to read either.
It's a terrible shirt, and like the photo quality is not good.
They missed the boat. Like the Ramon shirt for Razor Ramon was great.
Wow.
This is too much because nobody gets this.
I think the Ramones is one of the most overrated punk bands in history. But that shirt, fire. This
U2 sucks. Ramon sucks.
U2 sucks. This shirt also, like, not good.
I'll say this. So that reminds me, if you go back to watch the first ever Pro Wrestling Loot unboxing that I did, I got a shirt that was like moments in WrestleMania history. And like it showed like Andre and Hogan, Brett and Shawn, and like Macho and Ricky Steamboat. But you can't tell what it is because it's black and white. It's a black shirt with white paint on like the Macho Man, and it's hard to read from a distance. And it looks super pixelated. It's upsetting.
It's disappointing, like as a t-shirt company. And like I want to say, like, again, I fucking love Pro Wrestling Tees. I think the crew there is wonderful. I've only had positive interactions with them, and I think that's why I get so frustrated when I miss the mark.
Yeah,
because I know what they're capable of. Like, I hated that 4th of July Sting shirt or the American whatever it was, because I'm not a red, white, and blue kind of guy. That shirt looks good though.
Yes,
like the ink on that shirt looks beautiful. It's a very well made shirt. These two don't feel that way, and I don't know if it was like, oh, we're going for like the kind of like edgy NWO thing because that's the theme, but like, I'm choosing to spend $40 a month on this crate.
Yep.
And it's been a lot of misses for me.
Yep.
And it's been sitting in Illinois in the post office for over a week after I get my shipping notification.
Yep.
And at that point, if it's sitting there for a week, I usually get it in like 10 days. Spoilers are everywhere.
Yep.
And it's so hard to avoid, and it just takes the fun out of it. I think I would have liked this crate a little bit more if I didn't know all of the items in it, and I didn't know that I didn't like them.
Yep.
You know, I'm loving what they're doing with flags. I will say that. I have nowhere to put them. I have absolutely nowhere to put. Okay, yours is open. I have nowhere to put them. They don't have grommets, but I don't care because the thumbtack holds just as fine.
Oh, perfect spacing right there.
Yeah.
That's like literally enough space.
I really love that they're doing flags. I think that's really fun.
Yep.
And it's a different item. And I'm fine. If they want to put a flag in every crate, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
Because like if you don't want to hang it up, it doesn't take up a ton of room.
Yep.
And I think it's a cool thing to have hanging up if you want it. So like, do I like the House of Black flag? No, I think their logo's whack.
That's terrible.
And it's so like JCPenney Hot Topic era. Like, it's not my thing. I'm not part of the Black Craft cult or whatever that terrible clothing line is. It's the affliction of the 2020s.
Yep.
And I don't care for that. Is it a cool flag? Yes. Yes, it is. I like the brawler, so we've discussed that. I like the flag. Everything else so far, I hate it. Except the autograph. I go into battle every day, and what I now can do is I can touch this photo of Buff Bagwell and be ready for battle every day. If you don't know what that's from, watch the episode where we interviewed Buff Bagwell.
Shout out to Jonathan Mayer, by the way, for giving us a shout out. He had the same opener that I had mine. He's like, "Oh, my friends at the Wrestling N.R.D. broadcast hinted that we're getting a Buff Bagwell brawler eventually." And I'm like, I mean, technically we didn't. Buff did, but
he did.
But shout out Jonathan Mayer's unboxing videos, best ones ever, even better.
Phenomenal. Once I get any spoilers like ruined for me, I go straight to his YouTube.
Yeah,
straight.
I always feel bad because like he gets his grade ahead of me, and like I see the link pop, I'm like, oh, I can't watch it. So
yeah, Jonathan Mayer, like Dave, and we'll break kayfabe. Everyone knows I love Dave. I think Dave's a great guy. I consider him a good friend of mine. I've never watched your unboxing video. And it's nothing against you. It's if I'm gonna watch one, like honestly, I'm gonna hype the shit out of. Watch Jonathan Mayer's. Like he's such,
buddy.
He's such a positive guy.
Yep.
And I think it's genuine. I think he's very appreciative of the items that are in there. And he's honest, like, oh, like this isn't for me. But he's like, I don't know. I like the way he does it. And I already talk to you once a week on Zoom, so it's like I don't need to watch you do something. So again, it's nothing personal against you or your unboxings. I really enjoy Jonathan Mayer. And if you're watching this show and don't know who he is, he does not sing the song Gravity, but he does unbox pro wrestling crates. And
it's the John Mayer that he's the John Mayer that Taylor Swift actually likes.
He's the John Mayer that anyone actually really likes.
It's true.
But yeah, like I mean, I'm stoked on the Buff autograph, and I wonder if I would be stoked about it if we didn't have him on the show. I wonder if I'd be stoked about it if I don't have his cell phone number, or if he didn't call me after WrestleMania night 1 at 8:00 in the morning or whatever. I don't know if I'd be as excited about it.
It's very wild because it's very personal. I'll say this. Would we have been excited about Buff Bagwell? No. Before we had Buff on the show, like Buff Bagwell is one of those like if WCW won the war and did like everything that WWE does and does their Hall of Fame and whatnot, Buff Bagwell would be in the WCW Hall of Fame.
Sure.
The thing that I love about this, and it's the same thing they did with the Chavo Guerrero autograph, is that this is like the original promo from copyright 1997, which is really cool. It's the same thing they did with Chavo Guerrero. Like, would I have been hyped about a Chavo Guerrero autograph? No, and I'm glad I skipped that crate. But like the fact that they're doing something other than the basic like colored 8x10 that you can go get at Walgreens for a stack of like 100, I like that they're thinking outside of the box in that. So.
Yeah, and it's appreciated. And I also like I don't know how behind the curtains I want to get. We only had Buff on the show because I got really excited about him on Twitter, and it wasn't even him apparently. It was his manager. But like he was saying a lot of like pro LGBTQ stuff and having a really good time. So I just hit him up as Harold on Harold the Puppet's Twitter account and said, we need to be best friends. You're the stuff, I'm the fluff. And his manager reached out to me and just emailed me Buff's cell phone number and said, hey, give him a call. So I did. And was it cool? Yeah. Like, is Buff like a big deal? Honestly, yeah, I think so. Is he a big deal now? No. But like growing up watching the Monday Night Wars and everything, like Buff was very much a big deal.
Yeah.
I would say our childhood, our generation. We're in our mid-30s. Like, so yeah, I was very excited for Buff on the show. And I mean, peel back the curtain even more. I fought really hard with Nick, Ryan, and Dave to get Buff on the show. And it cost us money. Like, that's fine. And he did not fulfill all of his end of the deal. And it's okay. Didn't realize he was still struggling with substance abuse back then.
Yep.
And you know, a shame that like a fake announcement came out that he got arrested again, and it wasn't actually like it was
shout out
a year or two ago
Yep.
mugshot. Like, you know, I wish him the best. I would love to call him to see how he's doing, but like I don't know if that's weird now. He did say he'd come back on the show, so I might text him. I don't know. But
Clear 3 hours out of my calendar. I'll say this: the one thing
Yeah.
Buff was very good with was being very generous with his time. Because like
Yes.
we've had guys on here, I won't say who, but like we usually anytime we have a guest on, that is of a high profile, I'll say. Like we have just a friend on. I don't have, but like if we have a wrestler, a manager, a broadcast runner, I'm always like, do you have a time that you need to be done by? Do you want to limit? And we've had guys come on here and it's like a half hour, 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, no problem. And again,
Yeah.
they're very generous with their time. Buff was like, I got all night, whatever you want to do. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
and that was like 2 phone calls in. I'm like, all right, Buff, like we're gonna ask you the day of recording too, but like, so we're prepared. Is there a time limit on this? He's like, no, you got me for however long you want. And I'm like,
Yeah, got our money's worth.
What does that mean? Like, I don't know what
2
that
hours.
means. Like, is that I want 30 minutes and you're going to give me 30 minutes? Or does that mean I want 30 minutes, you're going to give me 2 hours? But yeah, like I'm getting frustrated with the crates. And because like I've been getting mine so late, it renews like 2 days after I get it.
Yep.
And I need more than 48 hours to determine, am I going to stop getting it? And I think because I really only want the brawlers and the autographs, I think I could just end up getting them on eBay or something. And I don't know. Like I'm bummed.
And
I'm
even
really...
the autograph, like I'll say, like I'm sorry to cut you off, but like even the autograph, like it just I get it and I put it in a binder. Like I tried at one point hanging all the autographs I have, but I have way too many and I have to be very selective. So Buff Bagwalls comes in at an hour 52 minutes on the broadcast. So
perfect.
Kill some time.
And he wanted to keep going.
He wanted to keep going, but I was like, Buff, it's like
stuff going on.
12:30. Can I?
Yeah.
But Buff's best friend Butterbean in the next crate. If they have two, if it's a Butterbean autograph, I will hang that next to the Buff autograph.
If it's a Butterbean brawler, I'm definitely done. I'll just say that. But yeah, it's the status. No, what's the word? The state of the crates lately has made me more excited for next year when they change how often we get them. I think the price is going to go up because I think there's going to be 2 brawlers in it. That's fine. I'm fine with that. I'm hoping that it's more spread out, that the beautiful creative minds at Pro Wrestling Tees aren't getting run dry. That's what I think might be happening. It's just like, hey, we need a Macho Man shirt. All right. Hey, got to do this shirt. Like, hey, we're thinking about this idea. That's a cool idea. Just throw it together. And I love the folks at Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, again, I said it before, I think that's why I'm so like, I've been giving you $30 to $40 a month for 6 years or however long I've been doing the crate. Like,
a
lot of money. And right now, like I'm poor right now. Like I am behind in bills and I don't need the pro wrestling crate, but like I also am like, I like it, but I don't actually like it.
I think the crate was great, but we didn't go over everything. You missed something, right? Because did you get 3 shirts? Because I got 3 shirts.
You got 3 shirts?
Yeah, I got it was a black and white crate, and I got this.
Oh my
God. This shirt in. I got this.
Did you
not get this?
I did not get it. I'm so surprised that you actually got that in the crate. Wow.
Oh. Uh-oh.
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 Is it time?
No.
Is it time?
No.
I'm here to show the world.
What the fuck?
Oh, is it time?
Tom,
hold on.
NRD rules, 1999. That's when we're doing it.
Woo!
Wait, hold on.
I'm calling it right now. Jerry Lynn gets knocked out during his match with RVD.
Hold on.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Was this planned?
As an official of the Wrestling Nerd broadcast, as a certified official, JP, you're calling your shot for which pay-per-view?
Anarchy Rules, ECW Anarchy Rules 99.
Okay.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. I'm going to gently put this down. Problem is that show happened 24 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who won. I got all the picks.
Yeah, no.
I've never watched.
It's got to be. It's got to be a show that hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
Okay.
Like I'm going through the fine print.
Listen, I'm ready for any show, but I've never watched ECW.
NXT Great American Bash.
When is that?
No, by the time we air this episode, that'll already have happened. You can't do that. I'm sorry.
What's NXT?
I think it's Sunday.
The next day, SummerSlam.
The next day? Well, I mean, no, the next day. No, because SummerSlam is August 5th. The Great American Bash is the 30th of July. So, I mean, you could do SummerSlam.
So a week later?
89.
SummerSlam 89. Done. I was born in 88, so I know.
It happened already. We need a current. Oh, my goodness.
What are you talking about?
This is worse than Baron Corbin right here.
Where are these rules? I thought, first I can't call it what I really am asking for, which, again, I wanted to rename. I want to have naming rights for Nick's second son. His name was going to be Shane.
Listen, how about this? If you beat me, instead of becoming the king, if Nick has another child, you can. I'll give you naming rights of Nick's potential. You hear that? You hear that? I just tooted.
Jeez Louise, we're gonna get a copyright strike for that.
I had a lot of vegetables for dinner.
I can't do that. I also wanted to rename the Dave Cave.
No, can't do that.
I'll give you rights to that.
I also was gonna. Thing is, with that, I was gonna also replace the turn and wink at the beginning of the show. I was gonna challenge for that as well.
How dare you?
Oh my gosh! Can we just edit JP turning and winking?
I was just told I can't do that.
I'm the king.
All these rules.
I may be the king, but Dave does do all of the work behind the scenes.
Hold on, wait. I'm just because I have the contract. I have the contract here. If you'd give me just a moment, just to make sure we have the dates correct on this. Let's see. Okay, yes, of course. So it says here, this agreement is made on July 1st, 2023 between the Wrestling Nerd Broadcast, Incorporated, hereafter referred to as The Broadcast, and JP Hooper, hereafter referred to as The Nerd. Due to the Nerd's victory in a 2023 Money in the Bank predictions contest ladder match, the broadcast hereby agrees to guarantee the Nerd a fully sanctioned match for the King of the Nerd's crown, hereafter referred to as championship match, at a time and location of the Nerd's choosing. The term of this agreement is for 1 year. If the Nerd fails to redeem the championship match prior to July 1st, 2024, the broadcast is released from any further obligations to provide the Nerd with the championship match. The broadcast hereby agrees the Nerd will not have to provide advance notice to the broadcast of his desire to redeem championship match. Incumbent upon the Nerd in deliverance of this agreement is a licensed Nerd official. That's me. The act of delivering the contract to a licensed Nerd official will serve as notification of the Nerd's redemption of the championship match. This agreement may not be revoked by the broadcast under any circumstance. The right to the championship match is transferable. This agreement binds both parties and their successor.
So
why can't I use it? That's a lot of words, man.
It's contracts, man. We're wrapped up in litigation with this.
So, JP, are you thinking you want to do this SummerSlam?
I was thinking SummerSlam 89.
I'm fine with that.
But
was there a SummerSlam in 89?
Yeah, there has to have been a SummerSlam in 89.
I don't know when they started it.
88, I think.
I literally don't watch wrestling.
Wow.
.im.
Some shows would be very upset about that.
I'm just shooting the shit with you guys.
Listen, man, that's a junkyard opinion, okay?
I'm just saying Mustafa Ali comes in, and wins the title off Roman Reigns. It's just calling out best story of the year.
Wow.
No.
I think I would think that like Cody's going to finish the story.
Nope.
For his daughter
next year.
No. He's going to finish reading her the story that they've been working on for a while.
Oh, I actually heard he has a hard time reading. So.
Oh my God, it's great.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Have you ever seen Cody read? I haven't.
I have not seen him read.
That's because he's better. That's why he's better than The Rock. He's not reading a scripted promo.
No one ever said The Rock was good.
Well, The Rock just kept notes on his hand.
Nah,
he would like, okay,
let's say Roman.
Name a city. Okay, name a city. Got that name of the city down. Got name of my opponent and something that rhymes with something else.
Yeah.
Felt rhymes with something else.
Catchphrase.
Yeah, I mean, was The Rock even good? I don't know. I never watched.
I don't have him on my Mount Rushmore. I really don't.
I thought he was a pretty decent with the mic when he was doing it a lot.
Yeah,
he could just ad lib, but the thing is that as he started doing more Hollywood stuff, he stopped ad libbing as much. Yep. I think he still can do it, but I think he's got to work regularly for it.
Yeah, I think once he started kind of becoming a part timer, it wasn't quite as natural, and it felt a little forced. A lot of the things.
Well, he also has his own personal writer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what is The Rock's best movie?
The Pacifier. No, that's Vin Diesel.
The fact that you could even name something, like I'm legitimately trying, and I'm not even joking about this, I'm trying to think genuinely
Jumanji
what's the
2,
best.
Is it technically Jumanji 3? The 2 Jumanji movies are great. Pretty much everything with him and Kevin Hart.
Yo, I watched part of the second remake of Jumanji, so the Jumanji and then the remake where they're like, it's like a video game.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Is that the one with that has Nick Jonas in it that turns into like a freaking
Nick Jonas
Pegasus?
Jonas is in both of them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know which one. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember which one I watched.
But I really enjoyed it.
The original with Robin Williams.
Oh yeah.
There's the one with The Rock, the first one with The Rock, which is technically part 2. Mm-hmm. It's technically a sequel to the first one, and then there's technically the third one, which is the second one with The Rock.
And now the first one with The Rock, do they go like into like the bait? They're like they get like detention or whatever, and they have to like clean something in the school, and that's where they find like this video game system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one I started watching. I absolutely want to go and watch that movie in its entirety because that was very
great.
Fun.
It's great. I actually caught that with my mom. And being able to watch a movie with a parent is always dangerous. But yeah.
I saw Titanic in theaters with my dad. No, with my mom, and I saw a movie. And then I saw Starship Troopers in the theaters with my dad, and I saw multiple movies.
Yeah, you did.
So
I can top that.
Movies that I saw were
I can top that.
With my parents.
So for whatever reason, my sisters and I believe was my brother-in-law around at the time? I don't know, but at least me and my sisters were watching The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and all of a sudden, my mom decided to join us, and then my God-fearing super Christian father decided to join us, and I was very uncomfortable the entire time. Might be the last movie the 5 of us watched together.
Yeah.
And I think that's why my parents got divorced.
Wow. Good job, Dave.
I know.
Good job.
I mean, Margaret was there too. It's not all me.
Way to go, Dave.
Good idea. Everyone knows it. Margaret wouldn't do something like that. She's too classy for that kind of stuff.
No,
she's classy, bro.
She's far from it. Far from it.
And
I met her.
Blame you. And make it stick.
No explaining. I mean, it's what I do. But.
So are we sure that I can't rename the Dave Cave to the Shane O'Mac house?
Yeah, you can.
No.
I'm pretty sure I can get the votes on this. If I
Shane
go to
O'Mac and cheese.
If I get the NRD board together, I'm pretty sure I could get majority votes.
I am the chairman of the board, okay?
Yeah, but I'm 3 people.
Literally, this is a board, and I'm in the chair in front of the board.
I'm 3 people.
Okay. And I've won the crown the most times.
That's great, but I get 3 votes. Nick gets a vote. Ryan gets a vote still.
That's. Dylan Shivers gets a vote. Spaceman George gets a vote.
My
You know,
dad gets a vote because he used to be the
Shut up and
landlord of the
Tom's
original
house.
cave.
I'm just
Just
saying.
saying.
I'm pretty sure I got all their votes.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we will stop the count right now, everyone. Okay, I will not have this and these hanging chads. Okay, that is some buff Bagwell level of scandal. Okay, and
Wait,
I won't
that was
stand.
Marcus Bagwell right there.
That is
No,
Marcus
it says Buff.
That is
Bagwell.
Buff. Oh,
It is
no, Marcus.
Buff.
Marcus.
Oh, does that say Marcus Buff?
Marcus Buff.
Buff.
MBB.
Maybe just because they look a lot alike.
It'd be weird if we have him back on the show and have to call him Marcus.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It's you, it's me, it's NRD.
It'd be
Marcus,
weird if you had him come
Ryan,
back on the
Dave?
show.
The Wrestling N.R.D. broadcast.
Oh. I'd be surprised. Isn't he definitely not getting in trouble at all? Has
He's
no
not.
problem on, and
He's
him
not.
and Tom are best
Yeah,
friends.
it was not him. It was,
It was
that's
actually
an old
well, it was him,
photo, yeah.
but it was a
Yes.
old arrest photo that just got kind of resurfaced. So he's like still sober, doing great.
That's good. I was gonna say that'd be terrible if he all of a sudden decided to not be sober. And wasn't he living with DDP?
I believe
He
so.
was when we had him on the show.
Yeah, it was just in DDP's house. Like I was waiting the entire time, like just DDP coming out of nowhere, hit a diamond cutter, and just like, do my yoga, bro.
I'm pretty sure I'd die if I lived at DDP's house, just because he would do that. He'd be like, "Hey, didn't see you at the 4 a.m. yoga warm up." He just and every time he just comes by, you don't do his things. He just hits you with diamond cutters. I'd have a broken neck in like a week.
Diamond cutter. Yoga's fantastic, though. I do like some DDP watch.
I want to try it. I think my brother-in-law has purchased it, so I just never logged into it. He sent it to me a long time ago.
I have it and I did it for a while. My big problem is that I was used to working out in the gym, and when you go to a gym afterwards, you feel sore as crap and you feel like you did something.
Yeah.
With the DDP stuff, you get while you're doing it, you feel like you're working out.
Yep.
But after like 20 minutes after, you're like, I didn't work out at all.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that.
It's good to like stretch you out and whatnot, but yeah, it's very weird. I'm also weird with it because I'm one of those like, okay, if I'm in the gym, I'm going to work out. Like I'm obviously like I'm not going to dick around there. But like if I'm at home, okay, I could go do DDPY or I could just play Xbox. Xbox is less stressful.
Xbox is less stress box. Am I right?
Very true.
Hey, did you guys see the bootleg micro brawlers that Danhausen sold on his Whatnot?
No.
No. So there is a Doomhausen micro brawler. He made like a handful of them for his Whatnot, and it looks like they just took the one with the cape, and that's out like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And made a mold out of it. Then took the Dr. Doom head from the Marvel toys, whatever those are called right now.
Yeah.
And put it in there, filled it with green plastic, and then painted a little bit on there.
Wow.
And I mean, and the thing is, they go for like a crazy amount. I've seen I've seen two of them. The guy who bought the Summerhausen prototype has one of them, and I saw the other one on Danhausen's Whatnot. I'm like,
interesting.
Do I need this?
No.
I don't think I need this one.
No, you don't.
I mean, I've already spent too much on Danhausen micro brawlers as it is.
Yeah, but if you want to spend money on a Jungle Boy chase with the pubes, let me know.
We'll figure that out.
We could talk out there.
But I just am like, that's weird. And then they got this whole thing with the with the Jack Spade one, like from Heel. You actually watched that show?
I did.
So here's some real fun stuff about it. They were originally the footage that they were going to use for the Extreme other promotion.
Yeah,
was supposed to be New Fear City.
Okay.
My roommate's wrestling company, Tesla Valentine Wrestling Company. It was supposed to be their footage, but they ended up doing Impact instead. And he was so hot about it. He's like, I can't believe that. It's like, dude, you got big time by Impact. Come on, dude. They're probably like loaning Impact wrestlers, which I didn't think there were, but
Yep.
that show is to blame for CM Punk coming back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, because he's on the show as Ricky Rabies.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. It was a good show. I got really invested in it.
Yeah.
I paid for stars, and then I forgot to cancel it when the show ended, and
I for the same
spent
reason.
a lot of money on stars, and
Yep.
I finally canceled it. And now I'm like, great. Am I going to just resubscribe again? Let me just wait until all of the season's out, and then I can just binge it in a month and call it a day.
I do like that they reference. There's a lot of insider references and stuff on that show. That Punk's character is based off of Tracy Smothers, obviously, and they tell a lot of stories. That's like, oh, that's a Haku story, or that's a Von Erich story, or whatever. It is like very cool.
Speaking of Von Erichs, which I'm not super familiar with, they're making a movie about.
Yeah, I've known about that with Zac Efron.
High School Musical.
It looks so weird.
It looks like High School Musical, the wrestling movie.
I saw a still shot of it. That's it. I don't know if there's a trailer or anything, but like I saw a still shot and I was like, oh, what's this?
Zac Efron looks jacked like crazy.
Yeah, no, I've seen like shots of him on set.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've seen shots of him on set while they've been filming. I'm like, I just can't take Zac Efron as Kerry Von Erich. It's just so weird. Like he's got the build for it.
Von Erichs.
I
don't know anything about
to make sense. Like, well, so Von Erichs, the thing is, their story is crazy, and they you would know who they were if everything that could possibly go wrong didn't go wrong.
Yeah, that's all I know. Is like everything went wrong and they all died.
You watch their dark side of the ring. I didn't know much about them,
and I chose not to because I didn't know anything about them. I'm like, I don't care.
It explains a lot.
Bad.
Okay.
They also did a pizza time commercial back in the day, and this pizza place served muffins. It's so random.
Top of the muffin to you.
But like, who's having yes, this pizza is fantastic. You know what? I could use a blueberry muffin right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I've never really thought about it. It wasn't really something high on my list. But if I'm getting breakfast, I'll be like, yeah, let me get that muffin for breakfast tomorrow, and I'll get this pizza for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
So all my
fair. It's very fair.
It's just called being prepared.
It is.
JP, did you see the I know Dave didn't watch it yet. Did you see the Dark Side of the Ring with Bam Bam?
Oh, so sad.
So sad. Didn't even the dude's from my home, like very close to me. Neptune was a 6-minute ride on my Vespa to Neptune. I didn't realize I don't think I ever realized how big of a deal Bam Bam was in that time. And I also never realized DDP's from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, dude, there's that Jersey Shore area had a bunch of guys who worked at a bunch of clubs and strip clubs who ended up being wrestlers.
No idea. And
what was their name? What was their stable name? There was something like Jersey something in WCW or Jersey Connection or
something like that.
I don't know.
God, no, it's gonna bother me. Now I gotta look that up.
It was a very well done episode. It was because his kid used to wrestle all the high schools, and so he was around. So I think one of his kids, I think is my age, so in his mid-30s. He might be a little older.
I'm pretty sure most of his kids are right around that age. They're all 30s. Because
I remember people talking oh, yo, Bam Bam was at our wrestling thing. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Why? And his kid wrestling.
Why?
I'm like, oh, okay. But I never went to school things, so I never saw him. But yeah, I know. I don't think I ever realized how rough of a story his was.
And they edited some stuff out. That match with Taz. One thing they mentioned, Taz is out. Taz was knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
And they went through the ring. Taz has said this before, and I'm like, why are you leaving that out?
They're trying to protect Bam Bam.
No, because he said it before. But it was I don't know, when they did the fall of ECW or Grace. I think it's because Now they're like, oh, well, if you get knocked out, CTE and the hot button thing.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
And put over Bam Bam as being a guy who's trying to be safe.
Yeah, and I honestly, like, if you look back at old Bam Bam matches, like, I don't think he was ever reckless in the ring. Like, he fucked you up, but, like...
Yeah. It definitely not like Vader, where it's just work super stiff. He worked stiff.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely saw that he would take care of guys.
Yeah.
But I think he didn't take advantage of guys because of when Andre just beat the ever living hell out of him.
God, yeah. Didn't even remember. Like, I remember that, but, like, forgot about it. And then they brought that up. I'm like, oh, yeah.
That's a funny thing that they don't touch on very often, is that Andre the Giant was the gatekeeper, and he would, in fact, do that. He would, if he thought a guy was hadn't earned his stripe, he's like, you're going to earn him.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why, like, you hear Hogan talking about how he didn't know if he was going to even be able to slam Andre or if he was even going over.
Yep.
Until he slammed him and went over.
Until Andre held himself up as much as he possibly could.
Yeah, like,
let Hogan slam him.
Which is crazy. It's just like that a guy could be like, yeah, I'm just going to decide this, and there will be zero repercussions.
Zero. What are you going to do? Like,
you're gonna go up to him. That's sure.
Like, you're not going to tell him. Did they ever do Dark Side on Andre?
I think so.
No, I don't think they did, but you definitely could.
No, they did. You know what they did? They did that HBO Andre thing.
Yeah, they did the HBO doc.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, that was
I still never watched that.
Oh,
I'm just like looking at my Hasbros and I'm trying to think of like who would make a good Dark Side episode. Tom would love to see one of the Honky Tonk Man, that's for sure.
Love that. Virgil for real. Virgil would be a great
Virgil would be good. Big
the
Boss Man.
Because they can't. Honky Tonk Man won't allow it. Like, there's so much dirt on that guy. He
yelled at my brother, and my brother was a goddamn child.
He's been making money off of Hacksaw Jim Duggan for Hacksaw Jim Duggan's career because he owns Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
What?
The name Hacksaw Jim Duggan is owned by the Honky Tonk Man. He owns the copy of it.
Even more makes me
mad.
Yeah, and there's a couple other guys like that have been. It's been like that. Jake the Snake blames his entire drug problem on Honky Tonk Man.
That's
there's a number of other guys who he's held up for money or ripped off or whatever.
Also, we'll just say it. He's unoriginal. He just literally took Elvis's gimmick.
Yep.
Do better, Honky Tonk Man.
Do better.
Yeah, they won't be a Dark Side of the Ring on him until after he's dead.
I'm not against it.
Soon enough.
Big Boss Man would be good, I think. Because I think he had a Big Boss Man, Kurt Hennig.
No, because with the whole Dark Side of the Ring,
Mr. Perfect.
They died. You can't have that. You got to have a little more excitement to it than. So they were a wrestler and they stayed away from their family and then they got into drugs and died. They've done that story like 9 times already.
Yeah.
But now they're going to do it with Marty Jannetty and he's around to tell the tale.
Now that's a good
one.
I'm looking forward to that.
Marty Jannetty
titled The World According to Marty Jannetty.
He hooked up with his stepdaughter or something.
Yeah.
And
he it was like, oh, guys, just checking. If you get married to a girl and then you get divorced, so like the stepdaughter's not your actual daughter, can you hit on her? What do you think of her? She's wearing a bikini in this photo. I'm like, this is awkward. Clearly got CT going through that window.
He is a very nice guy.
Yes, from what I've heard, he's very, very good at meet and greets.
I've run into him at shows.
I fully just believe he's got a mental health problem.
Well, you've said hi to him at least 3 times.
Excellent. At least he knows I exist.
And he's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. Like I said, every time I've talked to him, he's offered to watch my match, and I have to remind him I'm not one of the boys. That happens at shows too much. That's like, no, I'm not one of the boys. Oh, okay. It's mostly old timers. Like,
yeah.
The only time I ever feared for my life at a wrestling show was when I didn't shake Kevin Sullivan's hand before a show. and he was sitting at the merch table staring at me, and I couldn't figure out why. And then I saw one of the guys who was setting up the ring walk over and shake his hand, and I'm like, crap, he thinks I'm one of the boys. I showed up a little bit early with my roommate because one of the perks of living with a wrestler is sometimes you get in a little early. So I went over and shook his hand, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm a big fan and all that." He's like, "Oh, so are you working?" I'm like, "No, I'm not a worker. I'm just a fan." Oh, okay. And suddenly I felt the curse lifted.
Right?
Another wrestler.
I was nervous about it because this guy's like, he's staring me down. I punched him. I had done something horrible to his family.
Punched a dog.
And I'm trying not to say something really awful.
So, stop punching puppies, JP. But you're never gonna take my crown.
Terrible housing. Yeah, I'm gonna just say this. I guess I could put this away, and you can cash in.
Well, you keep changing the rules on me.
I'm not changing the rules. I'm just saying we can't go back in time.
JP, for what it's worth, and I've said it before, we'll go with Dave's stipulations. Any upcoming pay-per-view, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, not Rampage, Collision, any of those, Ring of Honor, Impact, I guess. I think that's still a thing. Not NWA because I don't know what that is.
I have a fun idea. Tokyo Dome.
You tell me when, and I'm fine because I am so well versed in wrestling that I'm so good at predicting things.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you this much. It's not going to be any of those companies you just named.
Perfect. Ooh. Is it going to be Stardom? Is it going to be Tokyo Joshi?
It's going to be New Japan. Wrestle Kingdom, baby. 4 a.m. with banana bread. Bring it. A banana bread death match.
Me and Tom have watched Wrestle Kingdom chatting each other before, messaging each other. I think we did that 2 years in a row or something.
Yeah, we've chatted throughout Wrestle Kingdom in the past 2 years, and we're both like, I'm so tired.
So the rubber match will be for the title then. He's got a year.
The thing is that you realize that you're like, I'm so exhausted, but I know this is a good match, and I'm going to have to go back and watch it again later because right now I'm grumpy and
I'm in and out of sleeping.
Yeah, but then you watch it, you watch it again the next day, and you're like, holy crap, this was really good.
No wonder why I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They do take a lot out of you. Those, especially the bigger matches.
Yeah.
It's emotionally draining, and you're like, already physically tired.
I usually have an hour and a half before work when it's over, and I try to sleep for an hour. And I those days at work, it's not even tired from lack of sleep. I'm emotionally drained. Right. Because those matches, a gripe with AEW is we've got All In coming out. We've got All Out coming out. There's no matches announced. And I think that that's their big thing is just give me a story. I need to know why I care. If I'm going to spend $100 within 2 weeks on AEW pay-per-views, I need to know why I care.
That's literally part of the reason why I'm not going. I've gone to All Out, All In, the one in Chicago every time they've done it. And I'm not doing it this year, which I'm kind of sad about. The last time I went, I actually got to meet Jared for the first time.
Yeah, tickets are also really expensive this year.
Well, because they're not doing it at that same place that they had been doing it at.
The Now Arena.
The Now Arena. They're
doing it at the United Center, right?
No, the other one.
The Allstate Arena, where WWE runs.
Allstate's the Now Arena now.
No. The Sears Center is now the Now Center.
Oh, okay, because that's where they had all.
Yes,
that's
All In was the Sears. Yes, that was the Sears Center, and now it's the Now Arena.
It's the other Chicago arena, not the United Center. I believe.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Also, Jersey Triad was the name we were looking for before.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm they're not doing it at the Now Arena, and it's a week before they do a big show in a stadium. It's gonna be a bunch of undercard matches that
I'm not gonna buy it. I might just watch wrestling that night.
All Out will in fact be from the United Center.
What is the United Center?
It is the
Okay.
United Center. Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm not-
WWE runs the Allstate Arena. So
It's
I
just-
think
I just didn't
If
like
I
it.
could get an okay seat for $150, that'd be fine. But I want to be in that like first level. I don't want to be in the 200s or 300s.
That was what I
and-
liked about the Now Arena. Every seat, like if you didn't get good seats on the floor, every seat there is a good
Yeah.
seat.
I was at like 113 or something, or 121, like in the corner
oof.
away from the hard cam side, away from like the same side as the camera, away from the stage. So they enter, cameras here, rings here. I was like out here, but on that first level, like of seats, and it was fantastic. But I went to All In alone, and I had a great time. I don't think I would have as good of a time at All Out going alone.
You were a bit far behind me. I was ringside for All In.
Yeah.
When Cody Rhodes dove out of the ring and hit Sean Spears went rolling back into the barricade, where I was sitting next to this old lady who gets knocked over. And the thing
Also,
is,
when are we getting that on DVD?
literally 2 seconds beforehand, I was talking to Sean Spears, going, "Oh, hey, congrats on getting married and all that crap." He's like, "Oh, hey, thanks a lot, man." And then Cody just dies out. And it's like, "You could have smartened me up, buddy."
Yeah, I mean, but you're a big guy. So
Incoming.
Because I would have like made sure the lady didn't fall down.
yeah. Is All In ever going to come out on DVD?
I don't know. I don't know if they have the rights.
I've never been able.
no,
I've never been
so
able to watch it.
So I think the issue was that Ring of Honor had the rights.
Yeah,
Like it was technically produced under Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So that's why they couldn't really. So I mean, I would assume it should eventually be in the plans, but maybe because there's so many different companies involved, like you've got to divide all sorts of royalties and whatnot. If anything,
I can buy it on Bleacher Report, but it's $50.
It was a Ring of Honor show. It was on Honor Club, I believe, for a minute.
If it's
I think
still
if you
Honor
had
Club,
Honor Club,
someone
you
send
got
me your
all in.
login because I want to watch it because I don't know what happened because I was there. Like,
I will tell you this.
I'll give you my because I bought it on Fight TV, I think.
yeah, let me log in.
All right. Well, all right.
Guys, I love you. I'm going to bed.
Yes, it is getting late here on the East Coast, Miami time. So, but yeah, so that's going to do it for episode 133. We have failed a cash in attempt, but he hasn't failed to cash in. He just failed the attempt.
He never fails. He just takes his time.
The briefcase is still his, so we'll see what happens eventually.
Hold on. JP, I might just give you my crown.
Wow, a little finger poke of doom action.
We might have to finger poke. I'm gonna be in New York next. Oh no, wait. I don't think I'll be in New York before next July.
Oh boy. Okay, well that's fine. But so yes,
March. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens come that time. So, folks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Get yourself some nice nerd merch, ProWrestlingTees.com/the Wrestling N.R.D broadcast. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/WNRDB. That's how JP won the Money in the Bank Wrestling Nerd Broadcast in the Bank briefcase. Check us out on all platforms, social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check out JP on Instagram because he's got hot sauce. And, hot sauce on spaghetti is a good combination. That's what we had here tonight. So, folks, on behalf of myself, DaveCTheVoice, His Royal Says Highness, Mr. Tom Sasso, and Mr. Broadcast in the Bank, Mr. JP Hooper. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant's mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone. God bless America.